Cucumbers, peppers, tomatoes, buy any of that here in Toronto or across the United States, and there's a good chance it's grown in southwestern Ontario. That's because the province has the largest concentration of greenhouse-grown vegetables in North America. The entire country's slice of the industry is worth $1.8 billion in sales annually, and $1.6 billion of that is from Ontario farmers. In Ontario alone, more than 505 million kilos of veggies are produced annually. 430 million of that is sent to the U.S.
The 25% tariff will add additional costs to the end consumers. The supply chain cannot absorb those additional costs, and those additional costs ultimately threaten the affordability of food.
The most likely scenario with 25% tariffs on Canadian greenhouse products going to the States is splitting the added cost between the Ontario grower and the U.S. retailer, a negotiation that could see a cost sharing of about half a side.
Could you imagine any sector that has a 10 or 15 or much less a 25% margin built into the cost of production? It's just not plausible.
Failing to be able to absorb those added costs could be an industry killer. An estimated 29,000 jobs of the total 35,000 that exist in Ontario's greenhouse sector would likely be in jeopardy. But unlike other industries that would see an impact from tariffs within 24 hours due to purchase orders that are made a couple weeks out, the devastation on the greenhouse sector would take time. Up to 4 weeks before produce contracts to the States start getting canceled, and up to 8 weeks for layoffs to start.
I don't think we'll see immediate impact. I think we'll be able to sustain that trade, and the demand will stay at a suitable level for the short term. But any prolonged tariffs will have detrimental consequences to our sector.
That's also when we'd start to see epic amounts of food waste. Remember that 430 million kilos of greenhouse produce that goes from Ontario to the States each year? Well, unlike auto parts or washing machines that can sit on shelves, veggies will rot. Last year, 2.6 million kilos of oversupply produced in Ontario greenhouses was donated to increasingly hungry food banks. But those services can't possibly absorb the produce sent to the States each year, and Canada has traditionally chosen the U.S. as its produce buyer for a reason. Ontario vegetables can service up to 58% of the U.S. market within a day's drive, and given how much smaller Canada's population is, it's just not realistic to think we could redirect those trucks across our country.
Our population base just could not consume the amount of produce that we grow here in Ontario.
All of it leaving Ontario greenhouse producers with a potential existential threat, and that doesn't even include U.S. grown food coming into Canada that shoppers here might have to start living without.